Hello, I'm Bill Popp, President and CEO of the Anchorage Economic Development Corporation. This video is part of a series that breaks down AEDC's 2022 three-year Outlook report. Thank you to McKinley Alaska Private Investment, LLC, and North Rim Bank for sponsoring this video series. In this episode, we'll talk about building permits. In 2022, AEDC expects building permit values to total $488 million, a 21% increase over 2021. Now, this increase reflects a higher level of permit activity as developers pursue projects put on hold in 2020 and 2021. High total permit values also reflect significant increases in construction materials costs, which persisted through the first half of the year. In the near term, continued high material prices will likely drive total building permit values up in Anchorage, while at the same time dampening commercial and residential construction activity. Construction efforts will face added costs from continued labor shortages and further increases in interest rates. This forecast period coincides with the period of new federal spending authorized by the November 2021 Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. Anchorage will likely benefit from increased federal road and highway funding, airport funding, and public transportation funding. Now, while the act is likely to bring new projects to Anchorage, new federal dollars may not be reflected in the city's building permit values, as these generally do not include road work or other civil construction. They just don't need permits. Looking back to 2021, permit values totaled $407 million, a 13% decrease from 2020. Government-related permitting accounted for a large portion of the decline in total permit values, down $41 million from 2020. Residential permitting, including new construction and remodels, was also down, ending the year at $154 million compared with $165 million in 2020. Contributing to this decline was a 30% drop in the number of remodel permits in 2021. Commercial permit value continued to decline in 2021, ending the year at a total $206 million, or 13% behind 2020. Now, through May 2022, total permit values were 22% above the same period in 2021. Through May of 2022, residential permit values rose by 28% compared to the same period in 2021. This same period saw a 7% reduction in the number of residential permits compared to the prior three-year average for the same period. High material prices and logistics challenges drove up average permit values by 30%, which contributed to overall higher permit values. Commercial permit values rose by 36% through May of 2022 compared to the same period in 2021. Planned cargo and logistics projects at Anchorage International Airport, downtown redevelopment, and potential pent-up demand from projects stalled amid the pandemic will drive commercial construction over the next several years. Through May 2022, government-related permit values declined 42% compared to the same period in 2021 after several large municipal projects, including the solid waste transfer station, were permitted in 2020 and 2021. Now, billions in federal transportation in the coming years will most likely not require building permits and will not affect this indicator. Based on multiple listing service data, demand for housing in Anchorage remains strong over the last year. Anchorage single-family home sales prices averaged $424,252 in 2021, a 7% increase over 2020, and a record high for the city. High prices have persisted through 2022, with average prices of $455,975 through June. AEDC is projecting an average sale price of $451,000 in 2022. Now, despite high prices, the rate of new home construction remains low. Anchorage added 378 new units of housing in 2021, 58% lower than decade highs of 894 before the Alaska recession and well below the rate of construction in the Mat-Su Valley. High material costs and higher interest rates will further impact home construction over the coming years, and AEDC expects Anchorage will add 500 new units of housing in 2022, a modest improvement over 2021. Now, the low levels of construction for both single-family and rental housing in Anchorage are a significant challenge to future growth of the Anchorage economy. This decades-long issue must be addressed through multiple strategies and new innovations in order to avoid greater negative impacts on the economy in the coming years. Thank you for watching this installment of the AEDC video series for the 2022 3-Year Economic Outlook. We want to thank our generous sponsors, McKinley Alaska Private Investment LLC and Northrim Bank, for sponsoring this video series, and we appreciate your time and attention.